I definitely thought about them, but I mean, still undefeated's knocked out.
All right.
Aaron's knocked out.
You're like, they look already.
Hey, he explicit's eating, so I mean everybody seems satisfied at the moment. Everyone seems pretty chill.
You chill? You good? All right. Yeah, I'm like, dude, these guys are ready. Like, dude,
they're
fuck
chilling.
off with this. All right, man. Well, let me see. We're actually just fucking going live, man, and
We're going live, like live stream.
we're live. We're public.
Like this is like live streaming. What you're saying live? Like on YouTube live stream. Oh snap! Nice. All right. What's up? Let me.
Just a little raw, little uncut. Right now, I'm with your boy Chocolate Wafer right here.
Hey, yes,
Yes,
indeed.
from
Yes,
the
indeed.
Young Fly family.
Oh, it's nice. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. Yeah,
Alright.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, yeah. Right. This is just a post aftercare, just trying to figure out a little bit more on how you feeling. What's this is the first leg of your tour.
Yep.
You got your boys here.
Yep.
Like, how you feeling after the whole entire like episode? We live streamed it. Just give me your thoughts. Just to umbrella it for me.
I'll say before the event, a lot of things were occurring. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be a lot. But then, like I was telling you before, like I was just like, I started driving down, was listening to my gospel music, and then started listening to my gospel music on my way up, and my spirits just were up high, and I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be lit, it's gonna be lit. And I walked in the building, I'm feeling the energy of everybody, everyone's getting lit, everyone's excited. I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be nice, it's gonna be nice for sure. So I was definitely, like I said in the beginning, I was nervous. Like the moment from driving, and it could have been just the tiredness. I only got an hour and a half sleep for the past 48 hours. So like,
Damn.
it could have just been that. But
Yeah.
then like I said, once the show started getting together, I was getting excited and like getting more prepared. I was
Yeah,
definitely getting
yeah,
more
dude. You had a
prepared.
good turnout of people. People were all like excited.
Yeah.
You had some great artists up here. You want to talk about some of your artists that came and did their thing up on stage?
And big shouts out to MBK. Big shouts out to MBK, the Mafia. Big shouts out to MB Cashin, Explicit, still undefeated. And if I'm missing any, please forgive me. But like
Yeah.
everyone did amazing. Like,
Yeah, they did.
everyone
They
came out and
really
they did
good.
their thing. Like,
Yes, yes.
And you don't always get that. And I've noticed that in my like 7 years of doing this, not everyone always comes out and does their thing. And this first show, like everyone came out and did their thing.
Yeah.
And it could have been like, they seen we were live streaming, so they're like, oh, it's not just like, whoever here is gonna see it. Everyone's gonna see it.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
could have been that boosted their confidence and made them want to, come out and give it their all. But
Yeah.
it was definitely nice. It was nice.
Dude, that's sick. So like, what's the next leg of your tour right now? Because after Washington, you're going where?
So after Washington, we're headed up to Boise. Then after Boise, we're going to Salt Lake, and then Salt Lake's actually going to be the start of our first leg of the fashion side of the tour.
Ooh, the fashion side of it?
We're
What's that all about?
doing fashion at every city after Boise. Not every city, excuse me. We're doing fashion at Salt Lake. Shout out to the Chosen Collective on that one.
Nice.
Chosen Collective in Salt Lake, they're a big help on the fashion side of the tour. But we'll be doing fashion show in Salt Lake City, then Vegas. After Vegas, we're going to San Diego. Take a break from the fashion, but we're going to keep going with the concerts in Phoenix, then Albuquerque, then Dallas. Then we're going to pick back up on the fashion again in Atlanta, and Miami. And then we're still thinking about New York fashion show. It's still in the works. We're still talking about it. We're getting some brands together. Might do the fashion show in New York. It only makes sense. But then after Miami, we're going to New York, and then that's the end of this year's tour.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. What made you start thinking about fashion to be part of it? Were you thinking merchandise, but then you're saying, all right, forget the merchandise as it is. Look at it in another way, as it's a line, it's a fashion line, and kind of push it that way. What was your thoughts there?
So realistically, the idea came from again, shout out to the Chosen Collective. My boy Jeremiah Zen, he wanted to incorporate the different sides of art. So like, I'm more of the music side. He's been in the fashion. So that's how can we incorporate the music and the fashion? Let's just do it together and like, you know, push it from there. And like when it comes to the brands, we notice that at concerts, brands have their, their stuff on the table, and you have to kind of walk up to them in order to see their brand or see what they got going on, versus when you hosting a fashion show, like you see what they got going on in the walks, and then you're like, okay, I like that. Let me go to the table and let me go see if they got it in my size or something like that in that aspect. So
No,
that was the
and
inspiration.
it also shows that you guys care.
Yeah.
Like, I think that takes you to another level. Like, I think people just kind of think of like after a show that there'll just be merch that would be kind of just hanging on the wall doing its thing, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then like you taking it to another level, it's like it kind of like throws it on a Kanye level in my mind. Like you're starting to look at your stuff as like, oh no, we are a brand. I am a brand. Everything is a brand. And like you're taking it to like a higher level that way. So that's cool. That's cool. Are you going to have the same artists at Boise as you had here?
So we're working with we're working with some more locals in the Boise area. So we will have some people that you've seen at tonight's event in the Boise event as well. We'll have Explicit there. We'll also have Young MBK. He'll be there as well. And then there was a few others that were supposed to make it tonight, but they weren't able to just because of flight delays and stuff like that. But I mean, they're coming from like New York and other far away areas. So shouts out to them for their travels. But they'll be meeting us in Boise, continuing on from there.
So tell me more about the Young Fly family. You've got everything kind of set up. You're the spokesperson. But you're gathering a crew of people that are from all over. So let's talk about that.
I mean, first and foremost, if you ask what's the Young Fly family, I'll tell you, Young Fly family, we're a group of people that travel city to city, state to state, providing opportunities for not only artists, not only for performing artists, but visual artists and also brands and also other forms of business owners and entrepreneurs to be able to showcase their business, art, and talent in front of their local communities and also outside their communities, allowing people to go to cities outside of their own city that they're already based out of, and then also helping them build a name in the city that they're actually in as well. Giving them that recognition in that aspect.
Damn, dude, that's a smart plan. Actually, I feel like I could have done a little bit more on the fire tonight, but I felt like I was doing too much already with the editing and stuff like that. But also being a connoisseur of the Young Five family, I just appreciate how much you also just keep the energy going within the whole group, and keeping it very positive toward to what you're saying, entrepreneurs, musicians, just all people who are really trying to make a difference, and they're taking steps to travel to different places to make that happen. And
one of our artists, Tribal Mafia, I didn't know they were actually based out of Logan, Utah. I thought, I thought they were from here in Seattle. Because when I talked to them, they're like, "Yeah, we want to do the Seattle show." And I'm like, "All right, bro, come let's do it. You guys must be in Seattle. Let's do the Seattle show."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "We're coming from Logan, Utah." Logan, Utah.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I might gotta make a stop up and bring them to Logan.
Dude, you gotta go back up to Logan. I thought you would already kind of be in the Logan area, or kind of already find your pulse in the Utah area.
So I did do a state tour, where I just focused on Utah, and I did it twice. I went from St. George to Provo, from Provo to Salt Lake, and Salt Lake to Ogden, and I did that twice. I didn't really, take too much focus into Logan area because I just was hearing a lot of it's a ghost town, there's nothing up there. But I've been hearing a lot more noise, there is people up there, there's a whole university up there too.
I think it's the university that plays a big part there, And I assume Salt Lake also kind of pulls that same type of vibe and jazz like that. That's crazy. So you're going to do it. Idaho, you're going all the way. Your last stop is what, in New York?
Yep, last stop is in New York.
Damn. And do you have a spot designated there yet? Are you still kind of
we have a venue. I don't know the name of it. It's this new underground warehouse spot. It's in Brooklyn, New York.
Right.
So it's it's kind of hard to describe the area because I've never been to New York myself. So this is gonna be
How are you booking these things?
Hey man, I'm just putting confidence in myself. I'm putting confidence in myself, and just hoping that, not even hoping, just keeping faith that God will, align everything to where it works out to where when I get to these places, like we have successful days, just like as in today.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what would you consider after all this? What's the measure of success for Young Five Family, the tour? What do you? How are you seeing success?
A lot of growth. I'll definitely say a lot of growth because again, we started in just Salt Lake City, and from being consistent in Salt Lake, we went from just Salt Lake to let's do Utah, then being consistent in Utah to where like it's like, all right, let's focus on some West Coast dates where I was doing it wasn't just me because it was a team effort, literally the whole team, starting from Salt Lake, going to Vegas, then San Diego, then hitting up Arizona a few times and Albuquerque and so forth, and then like, all right, let's come up to the Northwest, and then like now we're in the Northwest, all right, let's keep going like as much as we can go and try to expand everywhere.
Totally. And the big thing now is like after the tour, you kind of gather all the information you need to know, see what was working, see what wasn't working, and then try it again. Like the whole goal is consistency.
Yep.
I come to find out.
Yeah.
Especially for me and fire performing, and now it's starting to become such a bigger thing. We're starting to get into bigger places, bigger experiences. But the biggest thing I've found is that I just need to maintain consistency of not giving up on yourself.
Yeah.
Making a schedule. If your tour ends successfully, don't let it be your last tour.
Facts.
Like I already know it is. Not,
Yeah.
So like, just keep up on that. I'm like super excited for your whole tour thing. I felt like it went well today.
Facts.
I felt like we kind of made the vibe right. Good turnout of people.
God bless you and also your lady
Tony
for this for this place,
Rise
man.
and Shine Cabaret. Shout out to the Rise and Shine Cabaret.
Shout out to the Rise and Shine Cabaret,
Lion
man.
Gypzi
Beautiful
Fire
people,
Experience,
beautiful
making shit
vibes.
happen.
Hey, tap in anytime you're in Seattle. Tap in here.
Yeah,
tap in. This is the place.
Yeah, it
the
has
live
like,
stream too.
Yeah, live
something
stream,
different.
Right? I know. We're trying to make it happen. You're trying to take live stream to the other locations.
Facts.
You got to talk to them. Just make sure to be like, hey man, I ain't going to this location unless
you ain't got live stream.
You
ain't got live stream. We ain't coming. The Young Fly family ain't coming.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. So yeah, I think that the topics in your songs that you were singing, like it seemed like it was much more personal.
Yeah.
Had a lot of depth to it. And I was just wondering, like, why you chose this for everybody to listen to? Why did you want to put this on tour?
Well, so realistically, I don't like to do songs that don't resonate to how I'm feeling. So a lot of the songs that I've recently released or old songs prior to, they relate to how I'm feeling to today's time. Right. And then not only just that, I do have a project that I've been working on for a little while, and just kind of perfect it in a way. And the responses that I've been getting from the songs that I've performed is obviously letting me know, and also the response I've been getting online as well is like letting me know, like, maybe it's time for the world to hear it on all platforms now.
Right.
So been just being selective and choosing, like, all right, let's do this.
Right. Do you see yourself in a like the future you, where you're at? Where's the ideal position you want to be? You want to be like one of these top artists that's up in Hollywood doing their thing, doing that? What type of path are you trying to take, my guy?
So I'm not gonna lie, I literally said this to myself before coming. I was like, low key, like as an artist, I really be feeling like I'm on my J. Cole's type stuff, where like I was this close from putting on some sweats before coming here. I kid you not. Still Undefeated was like, well, I mean, jeans are nice. I promise, if you didn't say jeans are nice, I probably would have came in some sweats, man. Because I definitely see my career going very far, especially in the music stuff, because I know I got what it takes to, be up there. I even gotten DMs in the past from, like, artists that I've looking up to in my career, and you know, not in the way where they're like inspiring me, but them just reaching out to me in general. It just lets me know that I'm being noticed by people who I look up to.
Yeah.
And just seeing that just let me know, like, all right, as long as I'm consistent, I'll be able to get where I want to go. And as far as like, you know, the style, I I definitely see myself just staying consistent on only telling my story.
Right.
And that's the only way like I really have been able to do my music. Like every song that you ever hear by me, those lyrics are really what it is. Like whatever it is, whatever the lyrics are, that's what it is. Either it's me manifesting something, or me talking about a conversation that I may have had with another person or something like that, or just
I feel like it's going to be interesting to see, like, this conversation we're having is being recorded. It's being live. It is live. And then just a year from now or 2 years from now, you look at, like, what this conversation was and where you're at this time, and then see how much growth you make in the next 2 years. It's going to be, like, amazing to, like, just see yourself in that perspective, you know, like, and yeah, I think this is a very, like, pivotal time for you right now.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of transition that's happening in your life. There's a lot of space you're making for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, because in your lyrics you're kind of like, you know, you lament about, you know, a particular past, but then at the same time you're also kind of showcasing that you're really putting your grind in focus, and you're really, like, working on yourself and
Mm-hmm.
tailoring yourself to, like, you know, just get this lifestyle.
Yeah.
This lifestyle, and this lifestyle will come with its own aches and pains,
It
with
does.
its own, like, you know, financial growths and strengths, but also it's going to put a toll on your finances as well. I
Yeah.
don't know if you're feeling it right now.
Oh
throughout
yeah,
this tour.
definitely, bro. I mean, coming into the start of the tour, I'd say definitely before today, I was like, I know, like I had a number before the tour started. Like I needed this amount of people involved in order to be like 100% successful. So like a lot of the financial things, I haven't seen come back to me yet. But I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna complain or, you know, be like, oh, it's never gonna come to me, because I know it's gonna come on its own time. But you know, a lot of it's just out of pocket. But I'm just like keeping my faith in God that, hey, what I'm putting out of pocket is gonna come back eventually. And even if it don't come back this year on this year's tour, the efforts that I put in on this year's tour is gonna reflect to next year's tour and make it to where next year's tour is gonna, you know, maybe be my financial breakthrough. Or it might even happen during this tour. You never know. I never know.
Yeah, I think that's a genius idea. I've always come to the mindset that, like, don't worry.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell myself.
Worry, dude. Like, it's so crazy how, like, life just works out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even in the most, like, troublesome times, it seems, I guess in my perspective, it seems just to work out. But I think it happens to a lot of people where it's just like, you kind of worry about all these things. The next thing you know, if you don't worry and you just realize that this was your path to go,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is your story to tell, that you're not going to have, you're not going to be so scared of making the leaps that you need to make, because you're like, dude, no, this story was already written. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Right now, I'm just a character who, this is like a movie that's being replayed again, and the only person who thinks it's still like the first time is the character in the movie, but the person watching has seen this movie like a couple times already.
Facts.
And if you act like that character, the one who's watched or seen this movie, you kind of start walking in a way of confidence that you already know what the end of the movie's gonna be, because you fucking, I lived this rerun, I already know it.
Yeah,
You know?
keeping that faith over fear. Faith over fear.
Faith over fear. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. But yeah, man, I was just trying to chop it up, give a little context of where you're at, where we're at, what we're doing the first leg of the tour.
Mm-hmm.
We got you doing everything right now. You're moving the production, making it happen. Any final things you want to say as we kind of wrap this up? After show.
For
Wrap
one,
up.
I want to give thanks and all the glory to God for all of this, because without Him, we definitely none of this would have happened. Because I definitely say there's been times before this moment, before these days, before these weeks, these months, where I like we've had conversations behind the camera. Like I was ready to give up. I was ready to give up. We talked, I think, a couple months ago about where I was, and I was like, bro, I don't. I think we were just like we were talking about something, and we were just like, yeah, and it was like no words but full understanding.
It's cool. Yeah, the emotional understanding was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
For real.
So I give all the glory to God for just being by my side and helping me stay just consistent, and through His word, and just His word just reminding me that every day is gonna be a better day. Like, and as long as I am consistent, He'll be consistent with me too. So.
Well, damn. Well, Chocolate Wafer, I gotta say, congratulations on your first leg of the tour.
Thank
here
you.
in Seattle area, in the Parkland down in Tacoma area.
Yep,
It's like the rock next to the Emerald, but we still represent all of Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Right?
Big shout out to Washington for showing up.
yeah. And thanks for coming down to the Rise and Shine Cabaret Cafe.
Of course, thanks for having me, man.
Oh yeah, where you get all the food that you need to get, but we have these cabaret shows, fire shows, and all that stuff. Lion Gypzi Fire Experience, giving fire experiences, but now opening up entertainment experiences, such as what we're doing right here with the live stream. So I appreciate you jumping on, getting this interview in. I know you guys had a long night, long day, and a few days ahead of you. So I appreciate you.
Most definitely, hey, I appreciate you, man, and keep up the consistency of what you're doing too. Because I see you building with the community as well, man. I see it. Definitely keep it up. The people need it. And I need it as well, because like I said, I'll be watching from the sidelines, and I'll be like, let's go, cheering you on, my guy, cheering you on anytime I see it.
Dude, I appreciate it. Well, all right, man. Well, I'm going to let it wrap up. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out, checking with us, and let's hit peace. Done.
Peace and love. Let's get it.
I'm out.